should be seen here, there is a view of the CaFÉ administration screen. So just to repeat, the key items that we'll cover include the jury type, the media requirements, the fees, and taking the call live. If you click on the Events tab in the top blue menu, this lands you on the Events Management page where you can access your call, review the applications, and download the essential reports. If you locate the box called the Current Event, this allows you to select the call. This is that current event box, and we'll be working from a drawing and painting call today. Then if you go to the middle of the page and click on the Call Editor button, this will land us into the CaFÉ Call Editor. The default is to land on the Event Information tab. This is where you add the key text about the requirements for your call. This page is not the actual application form, rather it's where you would include all the key requirements for the call. So we'll start with the logo feature and work our way down, one feature at a time. As you can see here, a logo has been successfully uploaded. The logo feature gives you the option to upload the logo specifically for your organization. The Floor Site Plan feature allows you to upload a JPEG or PDF file of either the floor plan or the site plan for your call, and that is optional. So if you have one for one call or not the other, that is perfectly fine. The call listing URL will give you the direct link to your call once the call has been set live. The front-end status makes the call live or active on the site, and it's actually one of the last features that you activate, as you only want to activate it once you're actually ready to show the call and begin accepting applications. The call type denotes additional criteria by which artists can search for the call. For this particular example, the option of exhibitions has been chosen, but you can always choose one of the options that best suits your particular call, as there are many to choose from. The eligibility is also a search parameter for the call. You can choose one of the following options, such as international, local, national, regional, or if you wanted to, you could leave it as unspecified. It just gives the artist one more way to locate their call when they're searching. Now we have some essential contact information, which includes the city, state, organization name, your website URL, contact email, and phone number. The part where it says your website URL is actually where you want to include the website for your specific organization. The email address is required, and then the contact phone number is optional. If you scroll down to the short description, this is where you include the overview of the call, essentially a summary of the prospectus. And the short description shows in the call listings page and in the biweekly newsletter with various other calls. The long description is the portion that includes the whole prospectus or proposal about the call. It can include items like a description, entry fee, eligibility, selection criteria, submission materials, timeline, and any other key requirements the artist should know about. If you have information on insurance or liability, it's also good to include that as well. Scrolling down to the legal agreement, this language is required. Examples include but are not limited to permissions for using artist work for promotional materials, non-refundable entry fees, artist age requirements, and other legal terms to apply. and it is language that the artist must agree to before they can apply to your call. The mailing address is required if you're accepting check payments from the artist. And then the feature that says disable only when jury is complete, that is to be left active until jurying is done so that artists cannot remove artwork before the jury is complete. Once the jurying process is finalized, you would be able to disable that feature and thus allowing the artist to archive their works. When you are setting your call to jury by artist, there is an additional feature that would show just below the one called disable only when jury is complete, and that feature is called max number of applications allowed. When you jury by artist, you can allow more than one application per artist, or you can always stick with the default of one application per artist. Our next feature, called accept applications, is the one that you set for the date when you would like to start receiving your applications. The application deadline, you will want to make sure that it is accurate before the call goes live so that you actually stop receiving applications on your actual deadline. The deadline is limited to no longer than a 12-month ongoing term, and all of the applications systematically close at 12 midnight in the Mountain Time Zone, as that is what is coded into the website. The next feature we have is your confirmation deadline, and this feature is optional. It's typically used for fees that only the invited artist status would pay, such as a studio tour fee or a booth rental fee. So mostly it's used for those studio tours and festivals. Otherwise it would remain disabled. The invitational feature you would make active only if your call will be private and you will be inviting artists to apply using the passcode. The event start you can make active if your call has a related event date, such as opening and closing exhibition dates, workshop dates, or residency dates. And then the jury type must be confirmed before a call goes live. You may choose only one option and it cannot be changed after you receive applications. The main options for jury type include jury by artwork, and that is set to jury artists based on individual works of art. The other option is to jury by artists, which allows you to jury artists based on their body of work. Whenever you're working on your call editor, make sure that you save as you go. And this will bring us over to our next tab called the Application Editor. The Application Editor allows you to customize the application for your call. Please note that your call will automatically collect the following details: the artist's contact information, artwork titles, medium, dimensions, price, value, and the year created. That way you don't have to build out those essential details into your call, as it will already be included for you. One of our first features on this page is the artist statement options, and you can make that feature active so that you require an artist statement from every applicant. The next feature, called the Application Custom Questions, can be used to set up the requirements for artists to submit materials such as a resume, bio, letter of interest, references, or other written submission materials that you require. Some of the options you have within the custom questions are the different formats for artist responses. If you click on the text button, you would see that the options include text, file upload, checkbox, radio button, drop-down list, and informational only. The text box is helpful if the applicants need to write a response or copy and paste text. The file upload option is helpful for when applicants need to upload a file, such as the resume or the biography or a letter of interest. The checkbox allows applicants to select one or more answers from a group of responses. The radio button allows applicants to select only one answer to a question, which is great for yes or no questions. The drop-down list allows applicants to select one answer from several possible answers. And then the informational only option is for instructional text that does not require an answer. That one I highly recommend, as it allows you to reiterate specific instructions to the artist about what artworks you are accepting for your call, or any other really strong requirements that you want to reiterate within the application itself. Also, you can create a multitude of custom questions. So if you want to ask if you want to ask the artist about how they heard about the call, or any number of other queries, you can just add them one after the other until you've created as many as you need. And then our next feature is going to be the categories editor. This is used to establish categories, usually related to mediums used by artists, and that feature is optional. Then our final key feature on this page is called Allow Range of Images. Please note that cannot be changed once applications are submitted, so you want to confirm your criteria before you go live. Be sure that the range is correct for each of the types of mediums, the images, audio, and video files. Establish the quantities and types of media files allowed per application. Also, you'll want to note that the system counts multiple image views as multiple entries. And again, you'd want to make sure that you save your work on this page. One other key detail, within the Allow Range of Images feature, jury type details and different views of 3D artwork will be treated as an overall view, and reviewers will be required to score the images just as they would an overall artwork image. That is particular to the Jury by Artist feature. Also, you are better off asking for one well-photographed overall view of the artwork so that both 2D and 3D artists have a fair advantage in the presentation of their artwork for judging purposes. Again, you'll want to make sure to save any of the updates that you had made as you work on your application editor. And then we will hop over to our last tab called the Product Editor. The Product Editor allows you to manage the fees and coupons that apply to artists. As you create your fees, you'll be able to set the cost, create a description, select a payment type, and choose different types of fees. You'll want to note that the entry fees on CaFÉ are set for the minimum quantity of media allowed and not for a range of images or artwork. For example, if you need to charge the artist $35 for up to 3 images, you would want to have the minimum number of images set at 3, just so that those initial 3 images are covered by that $35 fee. The quantity default setting is $9.99 to allow for a large range of applicants. An additional fee that you might utilize when you jury by artwork is called the media fee. The media fee is used to charge for each subsequent media file. So, for example, if you're charging $35 for the first artwork and $5 for each additional artwork, the media fee would be the one that allows you to collect $5 for each additional artwork. The administrative fee would allow you to enter the cost for optional purchases made at the same time as entry fee. Some folks might offer, say, a workshop for their call, or they might offer, say, a catalog, and that would be what you could use under the administrative fee. And then for your fee that says other, that is the one that specifically relates to the confirmation deadline, and it's used for a participation fee, a table fee, booth rental, or studio tour. So that would be each of your fees. Also, you have a button to preview your app fees to get a sense of how that will be formatted on the artist side. Plus, if you would like to offer coupons to your artists, you go down to the bottom left corner where it says Create a Coupon Code. This takes you to your coupon manager. You can create as many coupons as you need to offer to your artists. You have the ability to create coupons based on either a percent or dollar discount, which you select yourself. You would have a code for the coupon, which you would provide to the artist. You choose the range of dates during which the coupon will operate, and then you also choose which of the fees to assign the coupon to. Those are all of our features for today for setting up your call in CaFÉ and taking it live. And just to remind you, if you had been following this general workflow for the setup of your call, once you've reached this point, you'd want to pop back over to that event information page, scroll down to your front-end status, and set it active. You would hit save, and then your call that is completed would then be on display and accepting applications. That is our webinar for today. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we will be sending you a recording, as well as we will be inviting you to join our next webinar in March. Thank you so much.